from one year to the next are the same, and they're democracy. This may seem like, well, aren't we in a democracy? To restore democracy. This may seem like, well, aren't we in a democracy? To restore democracy. This may seem like, well, aren't we in a democracy? To restore democracy.
Hello you guys, welcome back to Channel Claire. I hope that you're doing well wherever you are in this crazy world. Now this is just going to be a quick little video, and I do hate to get political, but given the state of our world and who is in office right now, I think that it is necessary, especially when situations happen like this one that I'm going to share with you. And I think that it needs to be shared and eyes need to be on it. It needs to go viral because it really sheds a light on what clearly obviously is actually taking place in the White House. Okay, I put the clip prior to this, so you should have already seen how Elon's son, little X, I guess, why he's there in the Oval Office with his dad, I don't know. It seems like his dad takes him everywhere on his shoulders like an accessory, like Paris Hilton's little Chihuahua dog. Instead, he's taking his son everywhere, and I'm wondering, is that the son he shares with Grimes, the singer? I think it is, but it may be one of his other wives or whatever he has going on over there in his compound. But yeah, so seeing this clip of little X, I understand he's a child, so I'm not speaking about it in the sense like I want to talk badly about a child. It's the fact that this child is clearly in an environment where he is hearing and absorbing all of this information, where he can say to Trump that he wants him to shut his mouth. Okay? And he also says in the clip, "You're not the president." You're not the president. Which is what a lot of people have thought, that literally Elon Musk has bought the United States and that they bought this election. I mean, Trump even said it himself in one of his rallies. He was like, yeah, Elon really knows those machines. Like, we got all the votes. Like, and it happened so fast that day. There's just no way that, I don't know. In my opinion, it was some rigged shit. And I do think the truth is going to come to light at some point. Maybe a long time, but at some point it's going to. So the little boy is saying to Trump, I want you to shut your mouth. You're not the president. You have Elon, who is standing beside the desk that Trump is sitting in the Oval Office, giving a press conference as Trump just silently sits there. The imagery of it in itself should tell you what's going on. But then on top of it, you're having the little boy say, you're not the president, and to shut your mouth. I want you to shut your mouth. He is hearing this because he's always with his father. His father takes him everywhere. He's hearing this from somebody from somewhere. And I'm thinking it's probably in these closed door meetings where Elon is taking his kid anywhere. And I believe that he's going to take his kid in these closed door meetings because he's in the freaking White House Oval Office as they give this press conference. Like, where is the nanny? He couldn't like give the child to the nanny to sit on the sidelines for a moment, but no, he's right in there. They're trying to do a whole which will never compare, but I think it was JFK, and there was this really famous picture of JFK at the desk, and there's like an opening, and JFK Jr. is like underneath, and that's like a really iconic picture, and they were trying to seemingly replicate that, but it didn't come off at all. It's a very poor replication if that was what they were trying to do. But it's just concerning because out of mouths of babes, you have them letting us know he's letting us know what the behind the doors conversations are. That Trump is being told to shut his mouth. That Trump is being told that he's not really the president. So President Musk, he brought the USA, and that is just how I feel. It is so obvious. It is so obvious with everything that they're doing with with immigrants and trying to deport everybody, bringing all the federal workers back in, cutting off. They want to stop the Department of Education. It's a fucking mess, and they want to put all these tariffs on other countries that I'm really not understanding what people aren't getting. And in my real life, this is what I do. I work in logistics, supply chain. I ship cargo from overseas into the United States and I get it customs cleared. So this is literally my wheelhouse that I do every day. These tariffs are being placed on the importer in the States. So if you're ordering something from China as a business owner in the States, you're going to get tacked on an extra 25, 10%, whatever the hell they figured out, onto the product that you have already purchased. So obviously that importer, that business owner is going to have to make up for that cost, so that they're going to up the cost of their product to the consumer. So at the end of the day, it's only hurting us. It's not hurting these other countries. And I don't understand how people aren't getting this. This man is not doing anything of what he should be focusing on: the grocery prices, infrastructure, gun control, any of the things that could actually help people in this world. Things like, I'm not understanding people's thought process on still supporting this man. And the only thing that we can really surmise is that I do feel like it's a cult. I do feel like it's a cult. Because I even watch the videos on TikTok where there'll be people, out and about talking to Trump supporters. And anytime they're asked a direct question about why they support this man, it's always some bullshit. It's always something that doesn't make sense. It's asinine. Like, my mind cannot wrap around it. So I did want to share this clip with you just so that it gets around. It needs to be shared. People really need to know that Musk brought the USA, richest man in the world. He could do that. He did it. They bought the election. They are making it seem like Trump is running things when in reality it's Musk. It's all Musk. He's going in there, going to the U.S. aid offices, shutting it down, blocking employees from getting in there, yet getting all this sensitive information. This man is not an elected official. He is not even a fucking citizen, I don't think. He had all types of people calling immigration on him. It's insane what is happening at this time. And I just think that I would just be really negligent if I have a little bit of a platform and didn't mention this foolishness. Like, it's just completely foolish what's happening on a daily. Trump and Musk are just not good people, and they don't have your best interest at heart. And I just wish that more people understood that. There's a large group of people that get it, but then there's also a large group of people who think this man actually gives a fuck about them, and it just blows my mind. But anyway, moving on into the quick Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni lawsuit situation we have going on. So Colleen Hoover, who is the author of It Ends With Us, she at the beginning of all this came out really bold and loudly in support of Blake on this lawsuit when she released her complaint. Then once Justin Baldoni responded, she went dark, deleted and deactivated her socials, she took down her IG, hasn't said anything. Okay, now apparently her IG is back up, but it has no post about Blake or It Ends With Us at all. You would think that she had nothing to do with this project at all. She also has her comments limited, of course. So she's back though. So maybe at some point we're going to hear from Colleen Hoover. Maybe we won't, but she was real bold and loud, proud, and wrong in her support of Blake, like off the jump. Like, it's like she didn't even give a chance to hear Justin's side. Like, it's just poor behavior. And again, if her team advised her to do that, another rich person, wealthy person who has piss poor teams or advisors, like, what are y'all doing? So now we see, you've probably already seen the clip with Candace Owens, depending on how I edit this, but Candace Owens has let us know that they had a deadline of the 14th, Blake and Ryan's team, of the 14th to send in their amended lawsuit. And they wanted to ask for an extension till like March. Y'all started this. Why were all your ducks not in the row when you first started this journey of wanting to fucking sue people and ruin a man's life? Why were all your ducks not in a row? Why do you need more time to amend something if what you are saying is actual and factual? You're trying to gather more evidence? Is that what you're trying to do? And it's just not coming to pass? So you need more time to gather more evidence? Like, what is going to change? So I am so excited to see what this amendment holds. Maybe there's some smoking gun that's going to show and put Justin in this light that he actually SH'd Blake Lively. I honestly don't see that happening, especially given my video yesterday, because everything that he has stated, even prior to this complaint being put out by Blake, has matched up. It's matched up. So whatever it is that Blake and her team, Blake Ryan and their team, are going to be putting in this amendment better be good, especially if you're asking for an amendment. It better turn these tables. It better set us on a whole new course. It better blow up TikTok with the fact that all these creators that are talking about this are going to be flipping out and losing their effing minds, that there's a smoking gun that shows that Justin Baldoni is the villain after all. Like, it better be that good if you want to ask for an extension on something that you started. That makes no sense. Gratefully, the judge did not say they're going to get an extension till March. They did, as you saw by Candace sharing, that they gave them 1 day. So the 14th is the Friday. So if he's giving 1 day, the next business day is that Monday is the 17th. So we should have the amendment then, with all their additions and evidence and receipts, you would think. So I'm excited to see that. Brian Friedman, Justin's lawyer, seems very confident. He was very ready to release all of the text messages on a website. We have their amendment with added details. So let's get it. Let's get this amendment from Ryan and Blake. Why they were trying to push it back another month, why you would need that, why that in itself just shows this is not going well for you all. It's just so sad. So that is our update with Blake and Ryan. As soon as we have their amendment, I'll of course share the details, but until then, well, probably before then, I will see you guys in another video.
On this, there's been an update in the Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds versus Wayfarer Studios and Justin Baldoni case. By the way, if you're not following this case and you are not in it, like, you know, you can just keep scrolling. You don't have to leave a comment. You don't need to, like, express yourself. Not everything on the internet needs to be for you. A lot of us are very invested. Okay, so interestingly enough, yesterday, Blake Lively's team filed essentially asking the judge for an extension to file their amendment. Okay, so just to slow that down for you. Blake Lively sued Wayfarer Studios. They then countersued them and were basically like, you guys are terrible. Here are the messages to prove it. And then Wayfarer Studios team essentially amended their complaint to include all of the stuff that us internet sleuths found about the New York Times, essentially showing that this article was a part of some larger scheme and that they had the data to prove it. So Blake Lively then said, when they showed up, like, well, we need time to now respond to their amendment. This, like, New York Times amendment. Some other things were added as well, but that was kind of like the guts of it. And judge said, okay, that's fine. You need to file your amendment. Her time to file that was supposed to be Valentine's Day. So Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds are due to file their amended complaint, like just amending the original, shouldn't take much time, on February 14th. Now, today, actually yesterday, February 10th, it's dated, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds went back to Judge Lehman and were like, actually, we can't make that date. We can't do February 14th. We need more time. We actually, for some reason, need to pull together some more things in order to enter in our final complaint before we get this onto the schedule. And so they were asking specifically for them to move the extension date to March 5th, 2025. So from the 14th to the 5th, they want basically like another 2 weeks on top of another week. And in my head, I'm going like, for what? They're also asking to also extend the deadline for the time to file any motion to dismiss to March 20th. And so they got this in, and, you know, they write this like very, which I'll show on the show tomorrow, like, respectfully, we're asking to amend, you know, we need more time to amend. And like, I'm bringing this, I'm like, it feels like they're just buying themselves time. Like, what do you need time? You filed this lawsuit initially, you know, you have the receipts, you got debunked. Why do you need much? If you're just telling the truth and you've got some smoking gun, drop it already. There's a compelling piece of this, by the way, where I'm not going to speak about it today. I'll wait for the show tomorrow. My life is crazy. 1 minute I'm like Brigitte Macron, and And then the next minute I'm on a live talking about Blake Live. I'm interested in everything. This is my problem in life. Anyways, for tomorrow, I'll get into what the theories are about why she's doing that. There was one TikToker who had his video removed because he was contacted and told essentially they're trying to lobby people to join a lawsuit so they can give the lawsuit some teeth. And I'm guessing that those people are saying, no way, Jose, I'm not getting involved in this mess, because there's zero upside in getting involved right now. I mean, you would just have to be a person who just had a knack for pain. I don't know, like just like into it, like a masochist. I don't know. Why would you want to get involved in it? It's so messy and it's so ugly. Taylor Swift is trying to flee the country under umbrellas right now because she's getting dragged into this, and she still needs to be deposed. Anyways, going back to this, so the judge came back with his decision, slapped him down. First, Wayfarer said we don't want them to be able to extend. This is ridiculous. What are we waiting for? Let's get this party started. And so their lawyers came in and were like, they're dragging their feet here. There's no reason. There is no reason why they can't meet this deadline of February 14th in terms of filing their amended complaint. Like me, I don't know about you guys, what you're doing Valentine's Day. I'm staying in this amended complaint. I'm not going to any restaurant. I need to hear, I need to read what they are going to try to drop back to answer Justin Baldoni. I am sorry, I'm not going to be stuck at some restaurant having to pick between 3 options on Valentine's Day when I could be reading an amended complaint filed by Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. That seems fun to me. I hope my husband, who definitely does not think that sounds fun, is up for that, because that's what we're going to be doing for Valentine's Day. Okay? So the judge gets both of their arguments. Wayfarer's they don't need more time. Blake's I do, but I can't really tell you why. And other than Ryan says, and the lawyers say I need time. Judge Lehman just came back, slapped him down. He's no. Okay, I'm going to give you more time. He does give them more time. He gives them 1 more day. Just love this guy. This is amazing. And his order, and he writes it back, he's just you have not presented a valid argument for why you need this extension. Drop your arguments here. What are your arguments? You had a lot of time to think about this. You had all year. Judge Lehman didn't say this I'm saying this now, but he's look, you've had all year plotting to take down this guy. Okay, you've had time to consider this. Okay, even your BFF Taylor knows something's up because she's not saying anything about your alleged sexual harassment. She's hiding under umbrellas. Getting on her plane, fleeing the Super Bowl after being booed. I don't believe you. Okay, Judge Lehman didn't say any of that, but he did say that he was only giving them a 1-day extension. So rather than it being due on February the 14th, which is a Friday, he's giving them the weekend to scramble if they need extra time. And he is saying their amendment is due on the 17th. So technically, I could go out for Valentine's Day, and you could go out too. I wanted you guys to know that because he's giving them a 1-day extension. I'm going to assume that they're going to take it until February 17th, but I will be watching. Obviously, I am on the case. I am now the security for the Baldoni team. That's not true either. I never met him and I don't know him, but I feel in my heart that we are cousins. He's just my annoying, very happy, peaceful cousin who's just way too nice. And he just needs to get a noogies. I'm just going to give him a noogies. If I ever meet Justin Baldoni, I'm going to give him a noogies. Anyways, that's the update. I will give you more on what is allegedly going on, allegedly in the background, of what their strategy is of basically pleading with anybody to get involved with this case. I'll tell you where that tidbit is coming from. Also, as a major thing, this is not a joke. One of Ryan Reynolds' teachers growing up reached out to me and wrote to me some insane things about little Ryan Reynolds. Basically, he was always a little cray-cray. And he's got some behavioral issues. And I'm going to read that on the show tomorrow because that's just funsies. That feels like a hump day funsies vibe. Anyways, that is a summation. Judge has shot her down. We are going to be able to read Blake and Ryan's amendment to their lawsuit on the 17th, being the absolute latest. See you guys then. Actually, I'll see you guys tomorrow because I'm too invested to wait until the 17th. See you on the podcast.